celebrating, but that's sort of the internal celebration.
Anybody else about joy?
Good morning. I am the most joyful when I am singing my head off every day now that I've been living alone. And Three Little Birds is on my playlist.
I guess I'll share. I find joy in beauty and in the light, and how, especially right now, in like in the sensate. So sensing my body and my feelings, and just finding this wonderful comfort that, especially right now when it's a little bit cooler, and then seeing how light reflects off things, and just finding that joy in the goodness and in the community and everything that this season brings. Tomorrow will probably be a little different, but just for now, that was good. Yes.
Joy. What an amazing word. I think, to me, what brings me a lot of joy is when I play Santa Claus to a lot of children, and I can hand them toys, and I see the joy in their face when they smile and they see something that they didn't expect. It's a feeling that you can't really describe because it's internal, and everybody understands and feels joy differently. But to me, it's the smile on the kid's face and just knowing that I've made their world a little bit better.
Anybody else?
I have to go again. I was going to say joy. This morning, I experienced so much joy as I was driving here because the leaves on the trees are changing. There are some colors that I haven't seen for a while, and everything's just so beautiful that is joy.
What brings me joy is animals. Just always do it for me. And especially just seeing a dog or a dog walking along, being walked, and then it comes over to you and it's a stranger, but there's just a great amount of love being shared.
Is that it? Anybody else? It's a joyful Sunday. Thank you, Paul.
And let me get into the announcements for the week coming up. First, we have our wonderful gift shop. We have a 20% sale, and it ends today, so make sure you go to, there's a lot of wonderful goodies there, and great for Christmas presents, and a lot of wonderful things, so check it out. The other thing is our Christmas Eve Sunday, at 6:30. Yes, 6:30. We're going to have wonderful music, and Reverend Guy will be here, and we'll have refreshments afterwards. So please bring some finger foods or desserts, nothing that requires, forks and everything else. It'll be great to just share with you after the service. 6:30, right, 6:30. So, and that is, I think Christmas falls on a Thursday? Wednesday. So it would, Christmas Eve is Wednesday night. Okay, yeah, Thursday is Christmas. Great. So make sure that you do that. And then we always have a place for kids if you choose to bring them on Sundays. Reverend Laura usually is here, so that's that. And Jim, you have your class, Well-Being in the Tao, and you want to say something about that?
Sure. Just real quick, the last in-person, here class of the year is going to be next week. And then I'll be out of town for a while, so it won't be until the first Sunday in February that it starts up again.
And he will be out of town because they're having their first grandchild on the East Coast, so yay. Do you know if it's a boy or a girl yet?
A boy.
All right, congratulations. Yeah, good wishings for your daughter. Anyway, I think that's it. That's it? Yes, I think that's it. I'm looking at Andrea, who knows everything. Happy Hanukkah. Yes, that starts tonight. So for our Jewish friends, happy Hanukkah. So with that, I want to start the service with prayer. So if you just get comfortable in your seat and know that, let's take a deep breath together this morning. I love taking the breath because the breath unites us together and brings spirit into our bodies to know that that spirit always resides within us. And then that's all we have to do is just to recognize that beautiful breath that keeps us alive, that connects us with something so much bigger, greater, and it's just always within us. So welcome as we come together in unity and harmony to be together in this spiritual community. And it is so beautiful to have you all here to listen to Reverend Marcus's words, to the music, to just the community overall, that it uplifts my soul and my heart. And that's why I come, to feel this connection with all and to know that I get the tools to be able to live a higher, a brighter life by being here and understanding that we are spiritual beings having this human experience. And that makes a difference to me. And this is the place that fills that beautiful soul food up, to be able to be here and to just share that with all of you. So we bless this service. We bless all of you being here and coming forth. And I know that as we will leave a little bit lighter and brighter and be that star and those lights that help the world and everyone that we come in contact with and even beyond, because we are energy and that energy goes out all the time. So with that, I give thanks. And in deep, deep gratitude, we welcome all of you and say thank you for being here, for sharing, for being one in unity. And together we say, and so it is. And this morning I have picked a reading that touched me, and I'm not sure why, but I think it did because I know that life is filled with choices, and it starts with our own personal choice on what we choose to be, what kind of energy we take in, how we live in the world, and I think it touched me for that reason. And I also yesterday, with some friends, I saw an unbelievable movie called Nuremberg, and I recommend it highly. It is very deep, and it is about the trials, and it was so heavy emotionally that human beings could do that to other human beings. Yet at the same time, then I came home and watched Love Actually, the other side of that, that's filled with love and joy. So to me, life is a series of choices. And so I think that this reading really touches that and talks to it. It's called A Tale of Two Wolves. An old Cherokee told his grandson, "My son, there is a battle between two wolves inside us all. One is evil, it is anger, jealousy, greed, resentment, inferiority, lies, and ego. The other is good. It is joy, peace, love, hope, humility, kindness, empathy, and truth." The boy thought about it and asked, "Grandfather, which wolf wins?" The old man quietly replied, "The one you feed." And so it is. So take these words into 3 minutes of silent meditation or anything else that fills your heart. And so it is. as we come back into the room, we bless again the service and the words, and so it is.
There's no combination of words I could put on the back of a postcard. No song that I could sing, but I could try for your heart. These are dreams that made out of real things, like a shoebox of photographs of sepia tone loving. Love is the answer, at least for most of the questions in my heart, like why are we here? Where do we go? How come it's so hard? It's not always easy, sometimes life can be deceiving. I tell you one thing, it's always better when we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. We look at the stars and we're together. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Well, ain't this better now we're together? If all of these moments find their way into my dreams tonight, I know that they'll be gone when the morning light sings and brings new things. For tomorrow night you'll see that they'll be gone too. Too many things we've got to do. And if all of these dreams might find their way into my day-to-day scene, I'll be under the impression that we're somewhere in between, with only two, just me and you. Not too many things we got to do, or places we got to be. We'll sit beneath the mango tree. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. Somewhere in between, together, sing. Yeah, it's always better when we're together. One more time. It's always better when we're together. I believe in memories, they look so pretty when we sleep. And now when I wake up, you look so pretty, sleeping next to me. But there is not enough time. There is no song I could sing. There is no combination of words I could say, but I will still tell you one thing, we're better together. That's a Jack Johnson song. Give it up for Jim Jones and our guest Reverend Marcus Gilliland. Thanks, everybody.
Well, good morning again, everyone. I'm so happy to be back here. I love the energy of this community. I love the discussion question at the beginning. You guys basically did my sermon, so. When Reverend Guy asked me to speak, I asked him generally, well, what's going on? What are you talking about? And he said, well, I'm working through Advent. I can definitely work through Advent. I grew up in a Christian home, so that's something that during this time of year I think about. We don't, my partner and I don't celebrate those traditions at our home anymore, but I do think about what it was like when I was younger, and my parents always made sure that we had dinner together. That was one of the things that was really important. If we could do it, if there weren't events going on, we had dinner together. And during this season of Advent, we would have the Advent wreath that sat at the center of the table. For those of you that don't know, it has 5 candles, 3 blue, 1 pink, and then in the center is the white candle, or the Christ candle, which is lit on Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then further until Epiphany, the beginning of January. They're lit. All 5 candles are lit. And so I think about that during this time of year. This is the 3rd week of Advent, and that candle is the pink candle. Some traditions it's a lighter blue, but in my family it was pink. The rest of them were a darker blue color. And this is the moment of realizing that even in the season of solemnity, where we're really pondering these deep things of the approach of divinity coming back into the world and represented as a child or as light, that we can have joy, we can experience joy in this time. And so the pink candle is the joy candle. And so I thought, well, let's talk about joy today and what that's like. What I really like about this part of the season is that they talk about, and they talk about it again on Christmas Eve in the Christian churches, but that heaven is so excited about this approaching birth that they just can't contain themselves anymore. And so they break through this medium between heaven and earth, and they sing to the shepherds out in the fields. They got to tell somebody, and so they go find these shepherds and sing. But it's this, in my Hollywood imagery, in my mind, the heavens are full of the light of, the angels all singing and breaking forth into joyous song, announcing the birth, the impending birth that's coming. Also, we're in this period between Halloween, some traditions call it Samhain, where the light is really dipping down and down and down and down, and we're approaching Yule, where again at solstice the light is going to make a visible return, and in the winter, in these colder months, is actually when the light is returning to us, and the days become longer. And it's actually fall, autumn, when the days are getting shorter, but at that solstice point, when we start to make that shift again toward the light, we can noticeably see the sunrise happening further and further north on the horizon. And for me, that's a joyful thing. I don't think I was ever treated for, said seasonal affective disorder, but I definitely notice when the days are longer, that I like a long day. I like a lot of sunshine. And when it's getting dark at 3:45, I'm not as happy, but I tell myself it's okay, it's just a few weeks, coming on the 21st, the days are going to start getting longer. But that's something that I really appreciated that was a part of the discussion this morning, is that joy is always there. It's always there. It's always around us. Something that we understand in the context of science of mind as religious scientists is that it's a quality that exists within us. Joy is a quality. So it's a choice that we can make to tap into that. It's here within us. Nothing exists outside of that one presence, that one life. The teaching symbol is around, I think it's on the front doors, but that dynamic symbol exists within a circle. Nothing exists outside of it. So this joy that is a quality of God is always coursing through us, existing around us. And we have the choice of participating in that energy and looking for it, seeking it out, recognizing that it is here. It's not something external, although we can find it outside. It is truly something that is a part of who we are and what we are. And so we can be welcoming to that presence. We can be welcoming to that quality of joy, along with all of the others, abundance and love and peace and prosperity, all of those qualities that are there. But specifically for me, during this time, I tap into that quality of joy that exists within me. It's innate to my being. In the section of mental equivalence, Ernest Holmes in the textbook is talking about no mistakes, that when we think of mistakes, we can bring ourselves into a different type of mental equivalent that we want to experience in our lives. And he says we can say to ourselves, everything necessary to the full and complete expression of the most boundless experience of joy is mine now. He says we can encourage ourselves to know this, to see it, to feel it, and to be it, to exist as it. Do this every day for a few minutes. We should all do this until the time comes when it's no longer necessary. We will know that that time has come because our demonstrations will have been made. It will just be the existence that we have. We don't have to seek it out. We will eventually, as we practice it over and over and over again, it becomes a part of our nature, becomes one of those habits that becomes just who we are, how we exist in this place of joy. And I have to caution myself because sometimes I think I get into this, I can talk about the philosophy, and then there's the reality that's going on around me, right? And am I recognizing that there is a reality around me, or am I just being Pollyanna? And saying, well, it's okay, you know, just look for the joy. Joy's there, and spiritualizing away that there's stuff going on in the world, there's stuff going on in my life. But where am I giving the weight to? Because if I'm existing in that, what Ernest Holmes called the race consciousness, the human race consciousness that just kind of floats here in the middle and is kind of weighted toward the down, but I'm not going to be getting the kind of reception that I want. But if I accept that, that's what I'm going to experience. But it's the awareness of how I am employing my I am statements, how I am employing my confirmations, my affirmations, my negations, you know, which are still received by the law and answered with a yes. I am such and such, or I can't because, I don't have, I wish I had, if only I were. All of these things, I can exist in that place, and the law will say yes. Yeah, you don't have. You don't have. I agree with you. Here's some evidence of how you don't have. But if I say I know that exists, that joy exists, that boundless experience of joy is mine right now, if I practice that and I recognize it and I affirm that in my life, eventually it aggregates, right? And I begin to see the evidence of that as the proof of my life. Pulling myself out of the constant information cycle. And I don't even call it news. It's just information that is just constantly there. These little devices that are pinging and binging at me all of the time. And what am I putting my consciousness into? What am I paying attention to? Where am I going when I love YouTube? I get stuck in it. I go down this little rabbit hole of, well, click on that one and click on that one. And the goodness is there too, within all of these platforms and things that are out there. The goodness exists. They don't exist outside of that circle of creativity. There's goodness there, but where am I putting my consciousness to? What am I paying attention to? And what am I reaping back from that? Am I seeking things for myself that are encouraging an experience of joy in my life? Or am I paying attention to the entertainment that is based on ridicule and division? I want to feel that unity, that quality of unity within me as the truth of my being. And I find myself participating in duality quite often, more than I would like to admit. But I'm in a safe space here. I think I can tell you that I do that. These are temporary experiences that give the illusion of permanence. The news cycle wants to tell us to be outraged because this is what it is, and if you're not engaged in this, then what are you doing? You know, that it is geared toward making us, drawing us into that, and we can go into a whole other reason as to why they do that, but I think it's just what it is. So where am I directing my consciousness? What am I anticipating in this time of Advent, in this time of the sun going down and coming back to me? What am I anticipating? What am I welcoming? Where is my consciousness in this? In that same section of the textbook, Ernest Holmes says, I can tell myself there is no limitation, poverty, want, or lack. I stand in the midst of eternal opportunity. I stand in the midst of eternal opportunity, which is forever presenting me with the evidence of its full expression. That was something that was shared this morning. It's all around me. What am I putting my focus on? What am I paying attention to? It's all around me. I am joy, peace, and happiness. I am the spirit of joy within me. I am the spirit of peace within me, of poise and of power. I am the spirit of happiness within me. I radiate life. I am life. There is one life, and that is my life now. What am I responding to? What am I reacting to? During this time, after the Annunciation, where the angel has told Mary that she's going to be having the baby, and she says, oh, and by the way, your relative is experiencing a miracle too. In her old age, Elizabeth, thank you. Elizabeth has, she's going to have a baby too. And so Mary goes to visit her, and as soon as somebody says, hey, Mary's here, the baby jumps for joy in Elizabeth. Now, taking that in a metaphysical way, that little baby was John the Baptist, would be born and then become John the Baptist. And in Fillmore's metaphysical dictionary, John the Baptist represents that within us that faces the light, that is looking toward the light, welcoming the light, saying the light is here, the light is coming, you can experience this light. And of course, baby Jesus represents the Christ consciousness within us, that which is the direct connection to that divine source that is within us, that we can express and be and experience. So what part of me jumps for joy when it's announced to me within myself that that Christ's presence is within me? How can I experience that and cultivate that and be a part of that during this season of seeming darkness? We can take that into a larger metaphor. Is there a season of darkness that has power over my consciousness? Or am I engaging in the light? Am I engaging in the prosperity of spirit within me as a reality of my being? So what can I do? What can we do to practice? There's a few things that we can do. We can take time, like we said this morning during this session, engaging in activities that bring us joy. Spending time with animals, spending time in the garden, spending time doing those things that make us feel joy, where we go into that state of what the psychologists call flow, where time disappears and we can just engage in it and the hours just disappear. It could be art, yoga, dancing, whatever it is, going to the museum, anything that cultivates this sense of wonder and awe and joy in our lives. And there is the practice of counting our blessings. It is one of those things that when you start, this is good. Oh, well, that's good too. Well, what about this? In one room, you can do that. And just find all of the good things that are happening within that room that bring you joy. And then extending that out into the house, into the neighborhood, into life, and just keep going. I guarantee you, if you focus on counting your blessings, you'll see them multiply, right? It is one of those things that we can engage in as a practice. And maintain those practices as best as you can. Find ways, like there's the center in San Diego where I can go get yoga for free if I don't believe I have the money for it right now. There's ways to engage in community and in life that supports this cultivation of joy. Also, one of my favorite practices is the metta practice, the metta prayer. There's a few different variations, but we can just go through it very quickly. That right now, right here in this moment, I am full of loving kindness. You know? May I be full of loving kindness. May I experience joy. May I experience peace. And then bringing to mind somebody else in the world that I don't have a direct connection with. May you experience loving kindness. May you experience joy. May you experience peace. And then somebody that I'm challenged with. May you experience joy. May you experience love. May you experience loving kindness. And going through this, because it's cultivating this recognition that if I can experience it and if you can experience it, then it becomes a reality in both of our lives, no matter what my opinion is of you. Sometimes I have a challenge with people in this world, and it's just really what an interesting child of God that I'm having a perception problem with right now. You know, I'm not above or below them. I am with them in this creative existence of life. And again, sharing joy. That was something else that was brought up this morning. Joy shared multiplies. You know, so being in that presence where we can share it with others, and it doesn't have to be in this time of commercialism, does not have to be something financial or something that is purchased. It can be something that is simply shared, a meal. Come on over. Let's make a big bowl of soup or a salad or a meal and have a good time together and just talk and play cards or whatever it is. Be together. Let's be together. Let's share in this joy. Because we all have gifts that are within us. The gentleman shared it this morning, their gift of music. Other people have gifts of creation and in various other ways. People have the gift of accounting that they can share with during tax season. You know, there's gifts that are built into us, inherent within us, that we can share with the world that help create this joy. So we can remember that joy is an inherent quality that is born within us. When we're pulled by the conditions of this world, we can tap into that divine quality within us through meditation, through prayer, through participating in community, through repetitive recognition of the truth of it in our lives, by seeking the evidence of it. And what we pay attention to grows and becomes evident in our lives. So if we're paying attention to this joy, to these qualities of God that exist within us, they'll show up more and more and be our reality. And we have practical ways to cultivate an experience of joy in our lives. We can be the presence of loving kindness and know it for others. We can share the joy. We can participate in activities that help us cultivate and remember the truth of it. So I do want to finish with an affirmation that was at the end of this section that I was working through in the textbook in Science of Mind, and this is in the current version on page 293. So affirming this, I know that I am now at the threshold of all good, wisdom, and truth. All the good I can embody is now mine. I have only to open the portals of my soul and accept that which is ready to express through me. I expect fully and emphatically the answer to my prayer today. Right now, do I possess the joy I so greatly desire. I remove my fear of lack and negation, for it is the only barrier which stands in the way of my experience of good. I alone can remove it, and I do remove it now. In this moment, my good comes to me, enough to spare, to give, and to share. I can never be exhausted. My good can never be depleted, because that source from which my good comes is inexhaustible. Today, in this moment, the law responds to my thought. My word is one of affirmation, rising from the knowledge that the good, the enduring, and the true are eternalities in my experience. I cannot be apart from that which is my good. My good is assured me by God, the indwelling essence of my life. So joy to the world. Peace to you. May you experience more joy and recognize the innate joy that exists at the core of your being during this season of light. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Reverend. I'll play my joy song that I wrote when I was about 21 years old. And joy for me, like I said, is mostly music. Driving in a car or in a cinema, you're probably gonna hear a song today. You'll sing it like a star to the soap bar, and nothing can go wrong today. 'Cause there's a remedy in every melody to all the trouble we have to face. It's like a best friend from the high end to the bass. So let the music play alive and up another day. Don't wanna hear what the world's gotta say. Just let the music play my sorry. Worries away, away, away. Everywhere you go, you take a stereo. You never know when you'll need it there. 'Cause it reminds you of the times you didn't really need to care. But now we're living in the rhythm, and this prison's hard to break. You got the music, so you can use it to escape. So let the music play alive and up another day. Don't wanna hear what the world's gotta say. Just let the music play the siren. Worries away, away, away. Let me see you clap. Oh yeah. Keep it going. Well, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life moving to the beat. Oh, nothing in the world will hold me down or keep me in my seat. Well, I'm gonna spend the rest of my life moving to the beat. Oh, nothing in the world will hold me down or keep me in my seat. I like my rock and roll and my new soul, a sweet symphony for me. A little country jazz or something funky ass, anything just sets me free. I listen to those clever musos, 'cause no one ever knows like they do. And when I'm home alone, I try to make a song, 'cause I wanna know it too. I let the music play alive and up another day. Don't wanna hear what the world's gotta say. Just let the music play my sorry worries away, away, away. We let the music play. Yeah, Walter. We let the music play. Just let the music play my sorry worries away, away, away. We fade away, 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 away. Fade out with me. Away, 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 away. We fade away, away. Thank you very much. Beautiful clapping. Beautiful singing, Walter.
Thank you, Lee and Jim. I think, Walter, thank you so much for supporting that
Gonna
song.
steal my job.
Yeah. And now we come for conscious giving. This is our time for conscious giving. And thank you so much for your beautiful words. It certainly touched my soul, yes. Loved them, really loved them. What a wonderful energy in this room. Can you feel it? I certainly can. And you know what really hits me from the reading, from the music, from all the words, that life is a choice. We have free will. And my choose today to be here with all of you, to certainly give, and that can be giving of your energy, whatever your gifts are. It is so appreciated. And so if you choose to give monetary, hold that to your heart and just recognize that money and this is a flow of energy. And what you give comes back tenfold in so many different ways. So this is my spiritual home, and this is where I get refreshed and renewed. And I hope that you do too. So God bless.
People coming through, coming through, coming through. People like you and you and you. You didn't have to, but you do, but you do. You keep on coming through, coming through, coming through. Yeah, you. Yeah, you. thank you.
Truly has been a pleasure being with you here this morning. So let's just join together in a moment of consciousness, knowing that as we engage in the spirit that has been here today, that it moves with us, that it lives within us, and it goes out with us. It actually goes before us, preparing the way for us, making those paths in the funky shapes that entertain us and bring us joy, knowing that we can spend the rest of our lives moving to the beat that exists within us as our heartbeat, this joy, this love, this peace that is the grace of God, that is eternal and supports us and loves us, guards us and guides us as we go from this place today. I just say thank you, Spirit. Thank you for this time. Thank you for this recognition of the joy that exists within me, that I might share this with the world. And so we do go forth now with that joy, with that love, and that peace, sharing as we go. And so it is. Amen.
All right, I'm going to do one more joy song because it's this time of year, and it's my chance to play this song because it's Christmas time. And I wrote this as a holiday song when I was, again, about 20, 21 years old. And it's just it's about what I want for Christmas is a dance party because that's my joy. Well, I guess I'm down for the candles glowing and I'm up to hear the sleigh. But only one thing can really get me going when Christmas comes this way. If you think it's gifts, well, it's not, 'cause I got a whole box full of socks brand new. I wanna dance all night under Christmas lights with you and you and you. Come on, let's step back, swinging like that with your candy cane and your little red hat. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party. Front, slide, glide to the side, say ho, ho, ho if you're feeling alright. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party tonight. Well, I don't care much for myths as such, but I think I've seen an elf. And I know that Santa's real by touch. I've danced with him myself. He was coming down the chimney with something to give me quiet as a mouse. But oh my dear, that night last year, a party at my house. And I said, step back, swinging like that with your candy cane and your little red hat. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party. Front, slide, glide to the side, say ho, ho, ho if you're feeling alright. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party tonight. Let's go in, you know, to and fro on the mistletoe now. We don't have to kiss, I just wanna dance to this. Let's go in, you know, to and fro on the mistletoe now. We don't have to kiss, I just wanna dance to this. Well, I don't mean to be party crazy, I'm really quite good all year. But the mood sets in when the friends get in and the Christmas food gets here. Well, I don't remember a late December that I didn't dance all through. Wherever I am, I'll do it again, and now I'm here with you. Come on, let's step back, swinging like that with your candy cane and your little red hat. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party. Slide, glide to the side, say ho, ho, ho if you're feeling alright. You know it's Christmas and I just wanna party with you. Just wanna party tonight. Ho, ho, ho. Thanks, everybody. Thanks, Santa.